Hi, this is Dave Kahle. Welcome to our Practical Wisdom series of podcasts where we try to provide wisdom and resources and focus on helping sales professionals and business executives sell better, lead better, and live better.
Hi, this is Dave, and today I'm talking about the question of business models or business leaders, which is more important. So here's a question that a young man asked me recently, and he said, "Dave, is there one business model that you would recommend to a budding young entrepreneur?" And that was a young guy asked me that question just a few months ago, and I reflected for a moment. And I reflected on the past 25 years because I'd never been really asked that question before. So it took me a minute to kind of think it through, and this is how I answered. Is there one business model that you would recommend? No. I've worked with over 500 businesses. I've lost count, but maybe 700, but at least 500 businesses. And in that group, there were lots of different business models. And what I've seen is that the model is far, far less important than the implementation on the part of the company's leadership. Now, let me explain. It is, of course, possible to have a flawed business model. But honestly, I've only seen, in all my years, I've only seen one or two of those where no matter what the leadership does, the business is not going to survive. It was just a bad idea. Okay, there are those around, but they're not nearly as numerous as you would think. These are these are generally the result of people who are passionate about a product or an idea. And unfortunately, that passion displaces common sense, turns into self delusion, and they ride that idea until it's siphoned their resources and depleted their energy. I've seen a couple of those. I have a post that you might want to reference called Shark Tank, American Idol, and Perseverance on my blog. So check it out. And I talk there about that very issue. The world is not full of bad business models. On the other hand, it is crammed with models that can and do succeed, providing that the leadership is effective. The path toward success is rarely formed by the business model. Far more important are the skills and character of the leadership. Drop a highly skilled, high character entrepreneur into any model in any market and watch as he or she leads that company to growth, prosperity, and eventually market leadership. Now, that's something that I have seen over and over again. Here's a case in point. Thinking back to the 2008 downturn, that pretty much wiped out about 60% of the companies who distributed building materials and supplies to the residential home building industry. And as you recall, or maybe you don't, but that industry, residential home building, basically went away for a couple of years. And the damage up and down the supply chain was really extraordinary. Once in a couple lifetimes type of thing. And as a sales trainer and consultant, I had a number of clients in that industry. It was a good industry for me. And frankly, most of those are not around anymore. Now, a few have survived and prospered. Even in an industry that was free falling, some companies found their way through the chaos and emerged whole and functioning on the other side. Now, while I cannot make any observations about those who failed, I have observed that those who survived were almost always led by high character, well motivated, highly skilled executives and owners. And even in today's economy, I still find companies in highly competitive, mature industries who, in spite of lots of competition and a flat market, they find a way to outperform their rivals. They grow more rapidly and they continually take market share. You find them in almost every industry. They are, however, the exception and not the rule. They are the exception because they realize a fundamental truth about business success. And the fundamental truth is this: the ultimate path for business success is far more about improving yourself and improving the skills and competencies in your company than it is about finding the right product, the right market, or the right model. This is particularly true in our hyperkinetic, rapidly changing, increasingly complex economy. You might come up, for example, with the greatest product, but in the blink of an eye, a competitor will have something better or cheaper. You may develop the greatest marketing strategy, but in a matter of months, the market can change. So, far more important than the product and strategy or model is the ability and propensity on the part of leadership to continually develop the next product or the next strategy. It's not about the outcome, it's about the process that brings about that outcome. And the process is a result of the character and growth of the leadership. Wow. If I had another crack at my budding entrepreneur, now that I've thought about it for a while, I would take him off to the side and counsel him this way. Young man, business always involves money, people, and systems. Learn all you can about each: money, people, and systems. And then consciously build your character. Find a high purpose for your business. Build qualities of character into your own personality. And, build respect for others. Build discipline. Build honesty. Build integrity and curiosity. Build commitment to learning and improvement. Commitment to process. Build prudence. Build generosity. The list of the qualities of character that will serve you well and help you grow a business, that list can go on and on. Here's a good starting point. This is from the Bible. Quote, this is 2 Peter chapter 1. Make every effort. This is great advice. Make every effort to add to your faith goodness, and to goodness knowledge, and to knowledge self-control, and to self-control perseverance, and to perseverance godliness, and to godliness brotherly love, and to brotherly kindness, and to brotherly love kindness. If you possess these qualities in increasing measure, they will keep you from being ineffective and unproductive. Wow. So, that's not an answer my budding entrepreneur would want to hear. He was looking for an elixir, an easy option that would enhance his chances of success. He wanted to Google it on his cell phone, get an answer, and there be fixed. There, now he's got it. Well, it just doesn't work that way. The real answer to growing a successful business, it's not about the model. It's about the character, the leadership. The real answer is far more difficult than punching up Google on your cell phone. Okay? Well, before I go today, just want to make a recommendation. That is that you purchase one of my books. I've got 13 books, but one of them in particular that's on the top of my mind today is really one of those that is very appropriate for any business model, and that's called How to Sell Anything to Anyone, Anytime. It's a book about process, and it's a book about best practices and sales process and how to create a sales system in your business and for yourself personally. And it's applicable to any business. It really, truly is. It's a great book, even though I wrote it myself, but it's a great book. We have three it became a world book, and so it's sold all over the world. And 3 international entities have recommended as, quote, one of the 5 best English language business books, not sales books, business books. So you got to get it and read it. It really can transform how you go about selling in your organization. So How to Sell Anything to Anyone, Anytime. You can get it at my website, or you can get it on Amazon. You can get it wherever business books are sold. How to Sell Anything to Anyone, Anytime. Okay? That's it for today. We're done. Bye-bye.